Hey everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm Mercury. Welcome to my channel. It's my daily vlog, so whatever I'm up to is what you're gonna see here. And there's still a ton of COVID out there, so I'm still trying to do things at home. So I'm doing a very quick run to Joann's. Gonna be double masked. Gotta pick up some supplies for stuff to do at home and try to avoid getting the COVID because wild times out there. So I have a few projects lined up. I was going through my scrap bin before. I tend to get a lot of patterns when they're on sale because Joann's will frequently do patterns on sale for $1 and I'll be like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I'll figure something out. No, I'm not a crafter. I don't sound like every other crafter I know. Yes, I do. So I went through some of my patterns and I found some patterns, but I don't necessarily have the fabric to make what I have in the pattern. And conversely, I have a lot of fabric scraps to make stuff I don't have patterns for. So I have some ideas, but we're going to go to Joann's to see what we can smooth out and work on. Also, if I sound a little muffled, one mask on. I can't do this with one hand. Okay. Two masks on, and this is how we roll these days. So if I'm a little muffled, it's because I'm double masked, so I apologize, but safety first. Okay, I found some IP fabrics. So we got some cute Nightmare Before Christmas here. Ooh, look at these Disney villains. It's pretty cool. Baby Yoda. This is nice. The Nightmare Before Christmas. Harry Potter. It's like the newspaper. Winnie the Pooh. Oh, he's so cute. Batman. Batman versus the Joker. Some more Disney villains here. What do we want to do? So I'm back home from Joann's, and this is the pattern that I already had. So the idea is that it's going to be a jacket, and there's going to be like a main color and then a contrast on the side. So this is what I went in search of fabric for today. So I found this fabric is going to be the contrast that goes down the side. And it's Star Wars. It has a Yoda and a Stormtrooper and 3PO and R2 and the Death Star. I just thought this was so cute and it made for a great contrast fabric. And what am I going to do for the mane? Well, let me show you. I got this solid blue fabric in R2D2 blue. So this is going to be the main color of the coat. And then down those side panels, we'll have that Star Wars print. So I'm going to work on this. It's going to take me a little while. This is not going to be done in this video, but I'm going to start cutting out the pattern pieces. So you could join me while I do that. Because I have limited space, I'm going to be sitting down here while I work on cutting this out. So I also wanted to show you how to read the descriptions of these. So what you'll notice, there's a big grid on the back of this that I just showed you. And it has different sizes. So right here, let me see if I can get it to focus. There we go. These are your sizing charts. And up here, it shows you what your measurements should be for each size. So that being said, don't assume that your size in clothing is your size in patterns. It is not. Don't do that. It will come out all wrong. I wear a size 10 in clothing. I make size 16 patterns. Yeah, it's not a judgment thing. It's just a measurement thing. You have to use the right measurements for who you're making for. So I'm going to be cutting this to a size 16. The other thing that's worth noting on this is at the bottom, you'll see there's variations. So there's a type of this pattern that doesn't, so you'll notice at the bottom there's a type of this pattern that doesn't have the contrast color, and it also doesn't have this ruffle in the back, and I really like that ruffle. I thought it was really cute. So there's version A and version B. So we're going to be making version B. The other thing on the back of a pattern that's worth noting is it tells you how much fabric and what other items that you need. So over here on this grid in the middle, you find the size that you're making it for. So I'm making version B in size 16 over here. And then when you go and buy fabric, they either come on a bolt that's 45 inches or 60 inches. So if it's on a bolt of 45 inches, I would have needed 4 5/8 yards of fabric. But if it was on a bolt of 60 inches, I would have only needed 3 1/4 yards. And that's the case. I only needed 3 1/4 yards. And then it tells you the same for the contrast. It tells you how much interfacing you need, which I have this stuff here. And what interfacing is, it's basically stuff that it either irons on or you sew it in, depending on the type. And it makes the fabric stiffer, it makes it firmer. So think of like a collar on a shirt. It's stiffer, probably has some interfacing in it. Then it tells you notions. And notions would be things like buttons, zippers, things along those lines. There are also notes at the top that give you a description. It tells you if they're, like in version A, there's a cuff on the sleeve that version B doesn't have, so it mentions that up in the description up top. So that is the back of a pattern. So I'm going to start cutting out to size 16 of pattern B. So then once you have the pattern pieces here, they will tell you what piece they're for. And you could see, let me find this one here. So pattern piece 7, it's the bodice side front AB. So that means that pattern piece is used for both A and B. So both variations are using the same piece. Whereas, let me see if this has that. Trying to see if there's one that's just used for one. Nope. Yep. So, I always have to be so gentle with this. The fabric is so, the paper is so thin. So, piece 18 over here, it says cuff A. Let me try to hold this up so you can see. I'm not sure if you could see that or not, but right over here, cuff A. So it's for pattern A. It's the cuff. So I'm going to start cutting these out, and you'll see the sizes are notated here. So you'll see there's like multiple cut lines. I'm going to find the cut line for size 16, which is right here. And I'm going to follow that cut line. Then if there are places where there's only one cut line, it's the same cut line for everything. So I have cut out all of the pattern pieces that I need. So the next step is fabric. So if you look at a pattern, it actually shows you how to lay out the fabric and the pattern pieces on the fabric. So that way you cut the right amount and you cut appropriately with the grain. So the grain would be like sort of the stretch, you know, if it stretches this way or this way, and the grain is where the tension is basically. So I am going to lay this out and start pinning down the pattern pieces and then cutting them out. So I've been pinning and pinning and snipping and snipping and pinning and snipping and pinning. Yeah, I've been at this for quite some time. I am at the point where, let me show you, like this, I have all of my pattern pieces cut out on both my contrast fabric, which this is the contrast fabric. Again, it's the Star Wars. So this is the contrast. So I had the pattern pieces cut out for both the contrast fabric and the blue, the main fabric. So that would be like this one. I have the pattern piece here. So I still have to cut out interfacing and lining. So I still have quite a bit of pinning and cutting and cutting and pinning to do, but I've been at this for quite some time and I'm getting pretty tired and hungry, so I think I need to take a break on this project for now, and I'll pick this up another day. But for now, I am done for the day, and I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll keep going. Maybe not tomorrow, but we'll keep going on this. But until tomorrow, stay inspired by everyone. Take care.